One of us. One of us. One of...
Great showing. You guys suck and you cheated.
Oh, we're recording? I didn't know we were recording.
It is the biggest transfer or free agent signing in the history of the United States in any sport. What is up, everybody? Welcome back for another episode of Ride the Pine, presented by the Benchwarmers Podcast Network. I am Sean Sproat. Joining me tonight, Adam Freemen, Kenny Hutton. Cameron May is off living his dream of being a professional baseball / softball player tonight, so he's out. We don't have any topics tonight, specifically. In fact, Adam, do you want to show what we're going to be doing for our topics today?
So we have a very special game for this week. We're leaving it up to the Wheel of Death, or Wheel of Fun is what they really call it. So we've got 12
different things.
Well, I mean, it depends on whose topic we're going over. We're going to give the wheel a spin, and it's going to tell us which topic we're going over this week. We've got 12 different topics from a variety of different places. It's going to be fun. I'm excited.
There's a lot going on in the world right now, especially
there's
in
a lot.
We've got baseball and MLB. We've got NHL just started up yesterday, actually. MLS playoffs are coming. NFL, like, there's a ton, man. So why don't you spin the wheel and let's see where we're going first.
All right, wheel is getting spun. First topic. All right, you get 10 seconds. Name your Stanley Cup champion. Sean, go.
New Jersey Devils.
Kenny, go.
The Detroit Red Wings.
I'm going Devils. All right, topic number 2.
We should use this, Adam, as an opportunity to say that Healthy Scratch will be coming back this week.
It will, and now we're going to be talking about turf versus grass. Everybody's favorite topic. I'm dead serious that is what it came up on. Everybody's favorite topic. The Swifties are now involved. Travis Kelce damn near it broke everything. And you have guys dropping like flies in the NFL because of random ass crazy turf. And then how somebody did not get hurt when Mizzou played in St. Louis on what was basically a rubber chunk blows my mind. Turf has to go. We cannot have turf anywhere anymore. This is ridiculous.
These are billionaires who own stadiums that cost billions of dollars. They should stop being cheap, and they should put grass in. Jason Kelce on his podcast pointed out that said you can have UV lights in a weed shop growing all kinds of marijuana. You could put UV lights in a place like Ford Field and still grow grass. It is unacceptable. If I was a member of the NFLPA, I would probably be leading the charge of a walkout or a protest because the non-contact injuries have been insane.
And every year we see more and more, at least it feels that way. There's 15 current NFL teams that utilize turf fields. Caveat to that, one of them shares a stadium. So, I mean, grain of salt with that. But that's almost half of the league that still uses turf. It's the richest league in the world in any sport, potentially. So, from top to bottom, come on, guys. Get grass. Get grow lights if you have to for the indoor stadiums like down in New Orleans. You can do it. If MLS teams are doing it with a 1/24th of the budget, then an NFL team can do it.
Absolutely.
I just don't understand, like, with all of the studies that prove that turf is terrible, how stadiums can think that it is somewhat worth it. Like, and I know that it's a probably very, very far end of the topic, but they're talking about putting in new turf in the dome here, putting in $1.5 million turf. Now, the dome here is used for a completely different thing. Like, it is a convention center, all of that sort of thing. But to find out that turf costs $1.5 million, how much can sod really cost? I mean, is it going to be more than that when you factor it all in? I can't imagine it's that much more. Versus when you throw in injuries and value to that. To me, that seems well worth it.
I mean, my guess is that you sod a field and it's probably going to be $500,000 in grass alone. I mean, obviously the upkeep is more, But I guess what Jason Kelsey was saying is they're blaming it on he called it something like slip right turf.
It's split something turf.
Split right turf or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, again, I think the PA should probably step in and start protesting these games.
It has a lot to do with the fact that the grass takes so long to grow. It takes 18 to 24 months to grow the grass just before you even put it in place. Then you have the upkeep. There's a lot that goes to it compared to turf. And it's solely cost effective. And the reason why the NFL doesn't care, and your point, Adam, when you say, they should care about injuries because they're losing business that way. No, they're not. Regardless of what player is out there, we're watching on Sundays and Thursday nights and Monday nights. So it doesn't matter if Travis Kelce goes down and tears an ACL or whomever.
Yes, it does.
It matters for your fantasy team. It doesn't matter if you're around. And Taylor Swift might be a little upset, but that's about it. So, no, they don't care. It's all about the bottom dollar. And it always has been.
I just think it's crazy, though. You have the NHL that can put on these massive events in Lake Tahoe. They're able to build a rink and maintain what was a relatively okay surface at Lake Tahoe. I know that was probably one of the worst ones that they had.
That was the worst one to pick. Yeah.
But they can do it anywhere. I mean, I get it. It's a one-time or maybe 4 or 5 times a year thing. But they got to find out some way to be able to put grass in.
I mean, I guess my question is, and it sounds like Sean's got the information in front of him, how many NFL stadiums are open air, outdoor?
I don't have that in front of me. You asked the one question of the stat that I don't have pulled up. I'll find out for you real quick, though.
I mean, here would be...
the AFC East has 3.
Here would be the most simple thing. MetLife Stadium is an open-air stadium, but yet still has turf.
So does Foxborough. So does Buffalo.
That should be against the NFL's rule. Or the NFL PA should make that.
All stadiums are outdoor except Atlanta, New Orleans, Dallas, Houston, Minnesota, Detroit, Arizona, Indianapolis.
But Arizona actually does grass because they wheel it out and wheel it back in. Okay,
Correct.
So exclude Arizona. So how many stadiums is that?
So I think that's 7. Yes, that's 7 stadiums.
And 2 of them are in warm areas.
Right.
Unacceptable.
Yeah.
Well, no, those are open air, right? That's what you said?
No. Those 7 are the closed.
Even better though, think of all of the names that you listed off: Minnesota, Dallas, Atlanta. Those are 3 relatively new stadiums that definitely could have the technology to be able to do it.
Well, they have the technology. They're technically closed, right? But they are open.
Right.
But still, they have the ability.
Yeah, I'm saying somewhere like Jerry World could have easily done the same capability that the Arizona Cardinals have in their stadium, where you could roll out grass and roll it back in.
I think originally they were going to, but he wanted to turn it into a plaza or something like that. Because I'm pretty sure the original plan had it where it rolled in and out, but then they ended up not doing that for whatever reason. It's crazy.
I saw something a while ago. I know Athletic kind of had a story on this after I came out that the World Cup was going to require the stadiums to switch over to grass for the 2026 tournament. I saw something on there that was basically saying that the reason why NFL owners are pushing against it is because of the money that they lost during COVID.
That's get the hell out of here.
Bullshit. That is absolute bullshit. There's no way. These guys are so deep. Their pockets are lined with cash. You cannot tell me that they cannot afford to put grass in any of these stadiums.
So, and final point I would like to make. I don't know which NFL player said it, but their comment was, well, they can put it in for soccer. That's paraphrasing it. It's the biggest event in the world.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I'll just say. Any NFL fan who was like, oh, they're putting it in for the World Cup, that's a joke. No, it's the biggest event in the world.
Largest
outside of the Olympics,
32 teams.
it's
now
the World
it's
Cup.
48. Now it's watched in 160 something countries. There's no comparison.
Hey, we should have put that on your wheel of fun. How stupid it's going to be in 2030 or 2036. When they got 6 different. Yeah. Let's not talk about that now. I feel like Sean's...
We'll be here all day. I've got thoughts on that. Let's
we'll do that next week.
I got told I got high blood pressure this week. I can't talk about that.
Oh, that's not fun.
Spin the wheel.
Hang
What's our
on.
next topic here?
The next topic, I got to get everything ready for what I got. Okay. Next topic is spinning.
Yeah, we know.
Oh, so close. Wayne Rooney goes to Birmingham. Sean?
Okay, so still kind of soccer related. DC United and Wayne Rooney have mutually agreed to part ways after not so successful tenure as
That
a
was
coach.
Mutual?
It was apparently mutual.
It's
According
like he
to the
sucked
press
at
release
Derby,
that I'm
too.
reading. So the rumors are is that he wanted a long-term contract, and DC United never even came to the table. And so he's decided, okay, if we don't make the playoffs, I'm going to go back to England. And he pretty much basically already had a job lined up with Birmingham, who play down in the second tier in the championship. So he's not even going to the top flight. He's leaving MLS to go coach back in the championship where he was before he came and coached in MLS. I think this is a big loss for the league. I think Wayne Rooney himself is a personality that was really welcomed as a player. Could have in any other situation in the league, well, almost any other situation in the league, he would have been better off. DC United is an absolute shit show. Their sporting director is also their general manager, and apparently he doesn't even realize he's the sporting director. So Wayne Rooney was making the decisions. And they have no style of play. They play a 4-3-3 when they had two forwards in Benteke and Taxi Fontas, and they couldn't even get Taxi Fontas on the field. He's not with the team anymore because he's not even with the team
I'm glad
anymore
you said
because
that, not me.
because he made racist remarks. We won't get into that whole thing, but he's not on the team anymore. But they're not even playing a formation that is built for their players. And then you look at like a team that we're all fans of, St. Louis City, who had an identity 18 months before we even kicked the ball for the first time. And DC United is essentially an original team. They've won, I think, 4 championships in MLS since 1997, 1996. To see them be terrible and to basically just let Rooney walk out the door kind of sucks. I like Rooney, one of my favorite players of all time. I wish he would stick around.
Is it because he's bald?
It's partially because he's bald.
How is this a good move for Birmingham? I guess. Well, Birmingham City, I guess.
No, it's not a good move for Birmingham because they were 6th in the table when they let go of their head coach. He had them overperforming. They fire him to bring in Wayne Rooney, who has not had a winning record in 4 seasons as a head coach in MLS, and he had an extremely losing record with Derby County, although they were going through bankruptcy and had a bunch of financial play issues, so hard to judge him for that. But he's not a winning coach. I think he could be in MLS because of the parity and because every single year the teams change over. He could go from last to first, but you're not going to do that at Birmingham. Are they going to be better than 6th in the championship? I say no.
How much of an input does Brady have on all this? Is this going to be like Wrexham 2.0?
No, I don't think so. They're significantly bigger than Wrexham in every facet.
They have Ryan Reynolds.
Come on. They're a former Premier League team fairly recently, within, a decade ago? I'd have to look it up to be certain, but no. Wrexham has been playing non-league football for well over a decade. They're in the 4th tier. Yes, they have the most handsome man on the planet as their owner, Rob McElhenney, this other guy named Ryan Reynolds.
Well done. That was a good one.
No, they're not. You can't compare them at all.
All right. Well, we have another podcast for soccer. Let's go on to the next one. Oh, damn! I didn't record that spin on my thing. We'll just have to make it up.
Fantastic.
I meant to hit record. I didn't do it. Oh, well. Next topic. We're going to stay in football, except this time we're going back to America. How big of a story is it to you guys that Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce are a thing?
I'm going to let Kenny take this one because I know he
Why?
has some thoughts, right? Aren't you a big
Why?
Swiftie?
Oh, yeah. I love Taylor Swift.
I knew it. See,
Huge
Listen.
Swiftie.
Listen, the only thing I care about is Travis Kelce performing for the Sons of Cromartie, my fantasy team. You can't steal that name. I know our listeners are going to love that name. It's mine. You can't have it. I don't care. I don't. He can date who he wants, and it doesn't bother me. I'm also not the guy who, talks with my coworkers and loses their minds because, all they're doing is showing Taylor Swift. Who cares? Mute your TV. If you don't want to hear him talk about it, just mute your TV. We're all adults here. Act like it. Who cares? The best thing that came out of it was all the Twitter GIFs and memes of Jason Kelce and DeAndre Swift. So, I think I shared it with you. I think I shared it with you guys. It was the one who's like, these two guys are fucking.
I think by far my favorite was it was an Eagles pregame, and you had Kelce. It was again Jason Kelce. Oh, it was Fletcher, or no, it was Kelce.
Hurts.
Kelce Hurts. No, it was Kelce Cox Swift. Hurts Swift or whatever it was. Yeah. Just all next to each other. I'm like, that's fantastic. You can't get much better than that. Okay, well, that's all that topic needed. Let's keep going on this wonderful Wheel of Destiny.
Shout out to all the Swifties that have found a podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys are going to like this one.
The last two, they are going to gun for the turf.
They are.
They're all in Travis Kelce's corner.
Solidarity. We're all the same.
Yeah, we all have the same feelings.
Same. And if that's what Cameron would do.
Right. NFL Week 5 is in the books. What are your guys' hot takes on the NFL season so far?
I suck at fantasy football again.
We know.
This isn't a hot take, but the Giants are freaking
they're
garbage,
terrible.
Man. We all picked them to be pretty good, right? I had them finishing second in the division. I did, at least.
That's because you had a concussion then.
They have scored in 5 games. They've scored 62 points. They're barely averaging more than 11 points a game. That's awful. And they've given up the 5th worst amount of points on defense. So on both sides of the ball, they're just terrible. They're one of the worst teams that I've seen since I don't even know, the 2014 Rams. Maybe that's how bad they look from just the eye test.
I'm starting to wonder if Joe Burrow and Daniel Jones got caught up in some kind of Freaky Friday thing where they were both peeing in the same fountain, and Burrow is in Jones's body and just can't figure out this person is not talented enough to do what I needed to do. I think I caused Adam to do a spit take.
Did we lose that?
I think Adam did a spit take.
Adam, we lost you briefly there.
I have fantastic news. As the official record keeper, I did not lose the record for it. It was on the other side of the basement. I had to go get it. For the record, the NFC East, I had the Giants second. Cameron had them third. Kenny had them third, and Sean had them second.
Now
there's still a chance.
No, there's not. Look at that list.
There's games left.
Where did I have the Dallas Cowboys at?
Well, they were last.
Okay.
Which could still happen. Have you seen them lately?
No, I'm sorry. I understand we're only 5 games in, and yes, the Giants have actually won a game. They're at 1-4, but no, they have a minus 91 point differential. They're not getting back into this race. It's done. It's done. They're going to be fighting for the overall pick.
Trying to see if there's any other good ones here.
The only reason the Giants will not get the number 1 overall pick is because the Carolina Panthers technically play
bad.
And that's it.
They are so bad. My hot take is going to be that my Super Bowl pick still looks hot because I had the Detroit Lions as my long shot Super Bowl pick.
Hey, no, we all said that they were going to win the division. We just don't think they're going to win in the playoffs.
I don't know. That team looks good. I will say that, and especially as an owner of David Montgomery on my fantasy team that is 4-1, I think, something like that. When I was trying to tank, and somehow now I'm 4-1. It's weird how that works. So now I have to try.
It's funny. I was doing the opposite, and I'm 1-4. So
I'd love to hear Cameron's rebuttal to your David Montgomery since he drafted Jamar Gibbs in our.
I will say, Cameron, just in case In case you're wondering, the trade is still on the table. If you're interested in trading Gibbs for Montgomery, the value is now going up, though, so you might start adding stuff to that one. All right, so let's go to the next topic. We're done with the NFL. Hopefully, I didn't cross it off. We'll find out. Next topic is going to have to be spun again because we landed on the same one. All right, continue. Ooh. Yep, still turf versus grass. We'll get there eventually. Don't worry, guys. This thing's not perfect. There we go. MLB playoff thoughts. So we are in the divisional round right now. The Rangers swept the Orioles, which was crazy to me. And then you have Philly going up 2-1 against the Braves tonight. And I have no idea what's going on in the other divisions. I could not tell you at this point. Anybody want to help me on that one?
The D-backs are leading 2-0. They're currently up 2-0 in the bottom of the third.
Oh, cool. That's good.
And Houston was up 2-1 on the Twins last I checked as well. We got to talk about the fact that the Twins finally won a playoff game, first time in
20 years,
23 years,
something like that. Yeah,
something crazy. And also the other crazy stat that I saw is that this was the first time that the Orioles got swept in the entire year.
Since it was, what was it? It was since like end of September last year, I think is what it was.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a crazy stat.
That's really.
That's kind of where I want to go. So, is it what was the problem? Is it just Texas got hot at the right time? Is it that Orioles just they've young pitching that couldn't stand up to postseason baseball? Like, what was it?
I think Texas is a very well built team. Honestly, they a couple years ago went out and they got Corey Seager and Simeon, right? They got lucky with a couple free agent signings. They have a 21-year-old rookie that he's only played in 23 games, and the dude has reached base. He's reached base safely in every playoff game, and he had a stretch of I want to say it was 12 straight games scoring a run or something like that. Like, this kid is on fire, and he's 21, which is impressive. They're going to be getting Scherzer back for the ALCS. Kenny apparently is 3-0.
Okay. Another home run.
Yeah, I think, and you know what? I believe that the Scott Stapp effect is taking place down in Texas.
Hello, my friends.
Hello, my friends. They're just going to keep going higher and higher on this one. I think it'll be good. But what if they win the World Series?
Max Scherzer will have his arms wide open.
Right. That was a good one, Kenny. I'll give you that one. Congratulations on that. I think the other part of it is I think the Braves and Phillies should just play for the NL title every year for the next couple of years. Those are two very good franchises. And Aaron Nola is going to get paid this offseason. Absolutely paid. The dude can throw. I think he's going to be way more in demand than Blake Snell will be, and Sonny Gray. Sonny Gray has not looked fantastic in the playoffs yet. So I think the Cardinals are going to come in second when it comes to signing Aaron Nola. They may finish second when it comes to Blake Snell. Probably finish in third when it comes to Sonny Gray. But yeah, I mean, playoff baseball is probably second to me to playoff hockey, and playoff hockey will never be beaten. Playoff baseball is pretty intense.
Who right now is your favorite? Are you going with Philly then because they're up to the
No, I think it's Texas.
I can tell you it's not the Dodgers.
No, I think it's going to be Texas. I just think Texas's team is.
Texas can beat Houston if we
I
get
do.
a Houston Texas. You think Texas can beat Houston?
I do. Yeah, I don't know. I think Houston's going to run out eventually. They're going to come out of different ways to cheat. I mean, you can only bang on a drum so many times. Apparently now there's whistling going on in games. People think that that's a thing. Yeah, I think it's the Rangers here. I do. I would not have guessed that going into the playoffs, but they stayed in. They somehow have reversed because they were in first for almost all of September. I think even further back, they were in first, and Houston ended up catching them at the last weekend. And they somehow were able to turn around that fall and able to get into it. So
I think it was
I'd
Seattle
go
was the one that was pushing them and got real close to them.
Maybe, yeah. I don't follow the AL very much.
Before Seattle fell off, yeah.
Yeah. Next topic.
Next topic.
All right, this wheel is fantastic.
Kenny's
now I see
watching
why it's
something on his TV
so much fun. We're going to have to keep on going. Keep going, Kenny.
Moreno
We'll get there.
hit one down the line, and they let him run around the bases, and then they called it a foul ball. I think this needs to go.
This wheel. Oh, guys. This is a topic for the ages that may just end this show because this is going to be a good one. What are your guys' thoughts on real or fake cryptids?
Oh, yes. Let's do this.
Can we need context here a little bit.
No, it says cryptozoology, real or fake.
Earlier today, I believe, Kenny, it was you, right? Decided
It was.
to send over a video and an article from TMZ that apparently a bunch of people on a train in Colorado have spotted the actual Bigfoot. Sasquatch
Allegedly,
is alive.
but it is real.
Allegedly.
Allegedly
but it was
real.
So that led down a rabbit hole in our group chat talking about what is real and what is not. So just looking at this list, by the way, we're a pod divided on the Sasquatch.
Hold on. Let's start at the top. Start with
Okay.
Sasquatch, because that's where we're at right now.
Okay,
Sasquatch
fair.
is real. There is Sasquatch is real. No, it is real. Okay, it may be not in the sense that everybody seems to think, but there are so many creatures out there that are not found yet. There is some sort of version of a Sasquatch out there. And it's probably in Colorado next to a train.
Sean, you want me to poke a hole in your argument? Do you believe the gorilla?
Poke it.
Do you believe that gorillas exist?
Yes, I believe that gorillas exist.
Okay. He just hit another home run.
Kenny,
Anyway,
focus.
okay.
Back to Bigfoot.
Way to poke the hole in the argument.
You're really killing my time to go watch Finding Bigfoot right now.
Do you know how difficult it is for them to find gorillas in the wild?
It is. Well, it depends on where, but it can be difficult. Yeah.
It
I
is
can go to the
extremely
zoo.
difficult. Yes, we can all go
Yeah,
to the zoo.
they're right there.
With that logic, North America would be the only continent without a great ape on it. I don't buy it.
There's no way.
There is a Bigfoot.
Humans are on North America, but I will admit that animals and creatures are discovered every single day. Like every single day in the Amazon rainforest, we discover like dozens of new
They
species.
found a new
That's
deer
legitimate.
species in Vietnam when we were in high school.
Yeah, totally. I totally agree with that. However, they are not 7 to 8 feet tall bipedal creatures. Especially, and the majority of there's a lot of open and roaming space in the United States, but majority of the United States is covered, and also it is.
No. To the Google, Kenny. Google that one.
No, covered in the sense that we've mapped it out completely. We have not mapped out the entire rainforest, which is why we're constantly finding new creatures every single day. We have mapped out the United States. So the fact that Sasquatch was conveniently seen next to a commuter train in Colorado, no, I'm not buying it. Absolutely not.
There is so much land out there that it is when you get out into a very, very open area. Kenny, you may know it, up in Louisiana, not the state, Louisiana, Missouri. You get into an area, it's Ted Shank's conservation area, not saying that there's a Sasquatch up there, but you are out in literally the middle of nowhere, Missouri, and there's so much space around. There is something could hide up there very easily.
It's not even that we have not actually seen it and documented. We have not seen.
We just saw it. They sent the video out.
No. We're not talking about the fake video today. We're talking about it in general.
Allegedly.
We have not seen any signs of it eating a food source. We have not seen any droppings. We have not seen any signs of where it lives. And no, absolutely not. With the coverage that we currently have in the United States, I will give you parts of northern Canada. I got you that.
Kenny, go.
That's it.
There is an estimated 4.6 million square miles in the United States that is not covered, which means we cover just under 47% of the United States.
That's covered,
That's
not covered.
That's 53% of the United
majority.
States
No.
that does not have, on average, a human settlement, little interaction. There is a ton and ton of open space in this country.
You can definitely go out and you might in that area discover a new beetle. You might discover, a new worm. You're not going to find a Bigfoot that has eluded any type of good photograph or video for 100 years. No.
But
no.
So think about it this way, though. If you had a species that is on the verge of extinction and the number is very, very minimal, what do you think the odds of you being able to just walk up on whatever species that would be? Oh, hey, there's one right there.
Very minimal because I live in Dallas, Texas, and I don't leave my house.
God, if there's a Sasquatch down there. Anyways, go to the next thing on the list. Continue.
Okay. Well, now I got to pull the list back up because
the next one was aliens.
So the next one is aliens. Are aliens real or are they fake?
Oh, 100% real.
Agreed.
I think aliens have landed on Earth, and I would not be shocked if an alien is among our population.
I told you they're just like the Griswolds driving through East St. Louis and the Vacation movie. They just roll up their windows and go, "God, we don't want to go in there."
Excuse me, Holmes.
Aliens exist, like microbes or different like sickle cell organisms or maybe even more advanced creatures exist in the universe or in the expansive universe, not just like our solar system or anything. But no, they've never been to Earth.
Why are you such a hater? Continue to the next one.
I am a little bit of a hater. Next up is ghost/spirits.
Again, they exist.
Why we have to make the distinction?
Cameron was confused. We'll get to confusion here in a minute.
So by the way, ghosts and spirits do not exist.
They exist. God, you are killing the negativity today. They're not fairy tales.
Someone on this podcast has to have bring a little bit of like semblance of realism in life.
Pessimism?
Not just go, a little bit of pessimism too. Not just go, oh, Sasquatch was seen on video. Let's go hunt for it. No, come on.
I tell you what.
I'll go hunt for it.
Let me tell you one reason why I believe in ghosts, or at least the feelings of the afterlife and spirits, is because Adam's brother got married at a place called Longfellows. It's a old insane asylum in Kansas City, and you can't walk around the grounds without feeling
weird
something.
Yep.
I can't wrap my head around it. I like listening to the podcast and watching the shows. So yes, they're real.
I will.
All psychosomatic. You want to believe it, so it is.
So, when we moved into our house was owned by, I have no idea who it was before. Without knowing anything about our house before we moved in, within a week, I was seeing stuff legitimately going up and down our hallway. I still see it not today. I haven't seen it today. I haven't been drinking. But occasionally I do see it. Like, I'll stand in the kitchen and you can look through and you see stuff go past the hallway. And turns out that the old lady, I guess, died in the house or something like that.
Great. I'm never coming over to your house again.
There's a line that I would say that there is. Like, I don't think that they interact. I don't necessarily believe that you could talk to somebody and be able to do that part of it. But I think, like, I don't remember who said it in our text thread, I think there is a stamp on history that constantly repeats itself. I don't want to say simulation because I don't necessarily believe that the world is simulation. I think that's kind of crazy. That's where I kind of draw the line.
That's where you draw the line.
But to an extent,
actual
extent,
physics theory. That's where he draws the line.
I think a lot of our life is controlled. But anyways,
Cameron was.
What's the next on the list?
Cameron was the one that said that in the group chat. By the way, you know what else he said? He also wanted to know if Megalodon was real or fake.
Sean, what do you think?
Megalodon was real. We have fossils that document it. We know it's real.
That was one of my favorites. Okay, next one, because we all know that one. Continue.
Okay, vampires.
No.
I'm against this one. In the sense of the cartoon, I'm against vampires. I don't think they exist.
Finally.
Oh, you're not going to go against us on this one?
No, I'm not going against you on this one. No, vampires are not real. Loch Ness Monster.
Oh, that's real.
Come on, man.
That is real.
This one is more absurd than Sasquatch because the Loch Ness Monster is limited to one loch, to one lake in Scotland. And you're trying to tell me, no.
That is relatively small. Loch Ness Monster is the one I don't believe in.
Nah. But it doesn't, like, you can't. It's not Nessie. Nessie hasn't been alive for decades. We know that. But there is a creature in that lake. I guarantee it. There is a creature that nobody knows about that lives in that lake.
The look on Sean's face.
How do you?
I couldn't even tell. Very carefully. sometimes it goes haywire.
The last documented sighting was a woman who claimed that she saw it, and she like took like a really grainy photo.
It just happened like last week.
Yeah, and it turns out it was a log.
No.
It was just a log floating. Yes.
The one from last week they said is only like 2 foot long, isn't it? Like they estimated it.
We always think it's a little bigger than what it normally is.
That is true.
Next up on the list, werewolves.
So, what technically is a werewolf? Is it a person that is a wolf?
I have a feeling it's going to make me really mad, and I'm really trying not to be.
Sean, hand me one of the books on the back there, and tell me what it is.
A werewolf would be a human that looks at the moon, a full moon, and turns into a canine.
I can see Kenny doing that at some point. He's got the beard. He's the closest to an animal out of all of us.
No, werewolves do not exist, mainly because the light of the moon is not generated by the moon. It's generated by the sun. It's just sunlight reflecting off the moon. So
you're assuming that the moon is real.
Gee, for fuck's
sake. I told you want to find out where my limit of real or fake is. We can start going down the rabbit hole real quick.
Good Lord, when did Alex Jones jump on this podcast?
Oh no, we've definitely been to the moon. I've seen the picture of the dog digging in it. You know, everybody's seen that. There's definitely been somebody there.
Can we spin the wheel? Can we move on?
Guys, I'm going to tell you, we're running out of topics.
That's fine.
Last one.
Let's go.
Last one.
Let's go to the last topic, mainly because I want to see the reaction on this one. Okay. The University of Kansas somehow dodges a multitude of bullets in their federal investigation. And Kenny, you're gonna have to correct me when I'm wrong on this. They go through the investigation of basically saying that their program follows no rules whatsoever, cheats beyond all. Everybody knows that it's happening. Self gets 4 games? The people that were truthfully involved don't even get a suspension. This is bullshit.
This is a stain on all of college sports. I don't think if you are a program who is going in front of the NCAA, you should not cooperate ever again. It has been proven that when universities close their ranks and treat it like the mafia, they do not get in trouble. And guess what? This is bullshit. Another blue blood who gets to skate. UNC had a class where 120 athletes got free grades. Free grades. Say what you will about them going and playing school, but your main job is still to go to college. You got free grades, and because they offered it up to regular students, they were able to skate. But you get one rogue teacher at the University of Missouri who takes a test for a kid who didn't even know she was taking the test, and you hammer the University of Missouri. Fuck the NCAA. Fuck the University of Kansas. And I hope Bill Self gets hit by a fucking car. Thank you for attending my TED Talk.
That was a good one. That's why I wanted to save this one for last if it didn't come up. Yeah, I mean, there have been countless issues that have come up that mean nothing in the grand scheme of things. I mean, you even go back to Reggie Bush. The amount of punishment that the university got for Reggie Bush, it blows my mind. Like, yeah, so you had a booster pay for his parents to live in the city. What does that do to the football team? Does that really make that much of a difference? And let's be honest, we all know that that's been going on for years. I mean, the University of Missouri was having guys drive around in the same style, same dealer stickers on the back of it for years.
Can confirm.
Yeah, I mean, nobody's stupid. So you're picking and choosing what you want to enforce. That's where the bullshit comes from.
Look, and here is ultimately my problem is if a KU fan stumbles upon this. First of all, welcome to the internet. Secondly, you literally just recruited a rapist. Your number one basketball player now on campus is a rapist. Convicted rapist. I'll say it again for you, nice and slow, is a rapist. That's the kind of person that Bill Self is. He is not this hunky-dory, gee, golly willigers, I'm just a guy who lives in the middle of Kansas now. No. You are a piece of shit.
I just don't understand how, like, what happened that telling the truth in an investigation became a punishment. I mean, Michigan is another fantastic example. Michigan literally said, I'm not talking to you. Harbaugh said, I'm not telling you anything. This is what I had happen. That's all that went on. And he got 4 games. And that was self-imposed. That wasn't the NCAA. That wasn't anything. And the NCAA was like, all right, cool, that's fine. 4 games seems fine for us. It's crap.
Look, and I'm also not the guy who's going to be like, we should punish. Look at Penn State's thing, right? Jerry Sandusky was an evil man who committed atrocities, and he suffers the consequences. But the Penn State players who had nothing to do with what he did, 15, 20 years late after the fact, are now losing bowl games and scholarships. That's a little ridiculous. And so what I think happened was people looked like that at that and they got outraged. And then the NCAA flipped the script and like, no, we're not going to punish anybody. Mm-hmm. But and we're going to make bad decisions. I said it in our other group chat today. The University of Missouri should hold a firing for Jim Sturk again. Like, pinata Jim Sturk up in Brady Commons and just like beat the crap out of a mannequin for participating. Same with Oklahoma State. Any of these other programs that are giving in and thinking by being good people at the heart of it, they're going to get treated like they would in like a legal system. No. This is all a parlor game.
Yeah, you can't have a sanctioning body that rules this way. That it doesn't make sense.
It's 3 not worth it. KU alumni on the IARP board. That's ridiculous. We would expect a judge to recuse himself if he was a family member of mine and I shot somebody.
Yeah. Like, you can't have a governing body operate in a morally bankrupt fashion that only benefits their bottom dollar. And they only make decisions that benefit them monetarily. That's pretty clear. We've known that for a very long time. It's just another example of it. And honestly, us bitching about it and us complaining about it, doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
No, it makes no difference whatsoever.
Yeah. The NCAA is dead in the next 10 years anyway.
Yeah, it doesn't mean you shouldn't, but for the next 10 years, they're going to make so much money that doesn't matter anyway. They make money hand over fist.
Yeah, for being nonprofit.
And listen, this is what I would say to any of my Kansas City friends who are Mizzou alumni. Like, this is why we don't want to be in the Big 12 anymore. Because I don't want to deal with these cheating Jayhawks who are terrorists. They supported a terrorist cause. If given the choice, I would root for Hamas over the KU Jayhawks.
Wow, this went off the rails. At least it's at the end.
Listen, I'll end it there. I think that really.
Please do.
I think that's a good.
That's
spot
a great
to call
one.
It.
Yeah. That is all of the topics that we have today, boys.
All right. Well, I'm looking forward to getting canceled.
Fucking hate Kansas.
A good episode, guys. Way to bounce around and Sasquatch is not real. Please.
Fuck you.
Please see.
I can't wait.
No.
I cannot wait till you get proven wrong on that one.
I saw some. I told you about this, but I saw something online the other day that was like the one group that you do not want to be able to say "I told you so" are Sasquatch hunters.
No, see, and I disagree. It's aliens, because if you want to have somebody to tell you, "I told you so," that aliens were real, guess what? We are under attack, and that is when we're gonna have a problem, because everybody's like, "Oh yeah, we believe in aliens, no big deal." Aliens are gonna start attacking us. They're gonna take over, and the guy's gonna go, "Nah, told you so."
All right, we're calling it. Bye, guys.
See ya.
Bye.